Hello everyone, hoping everyone is having a good one. If you are new here, end up enjoying today's content, make sure you hit that like button and red subscribe button before you leave. You can also follow me on all social medias at BladeMiss, spelled exactly how it is on the YouTube channel username. And last but not least, while you're looking at that, you can click on it, click on videos, and see if we have anything else that suits your interest. Now let's talk about that 99 overall Ripken Jr. card, and look at that, he's hitting currently. We get a base hit with him. So the first thing I have to say about him is he is good, but I wouldn't say he's great. If I was starting a brand new MLB The Show team full of bronzes, let's say for example, I would go ahead and pick up Billy Wagner 100%. Why, you might ask? Well, Billy Wagner is the best left-handed pitcher in this game, or I should say closer in this game, and you're not going to find a better bullpen arm than Billy Wagner. Not only that, but because I believe that a lot of people are going to be picking him up and keeping him, I do not think his price will decrease as much as the others will. Now, why do I say this Ripken Jr. is good but not great? Well, first off, to me at least, players that have enormous visions on all-star difficulties, which is where I believe the majority of the player fan base plays at, it's a little bit harder to hit for me with, because even if you get the ball inside the PCI, it's usually just good unless you get it right on the dead center where it will be squared up. And unfortunately, what that causes this Ripken Jr. to do is to get a lot of squared up line outs. And if, let's say, that was taken away a little bit, then I'd be a lot happier with him. But here you guys can see, he hit a no doubt home run. The pitch was right down the middle, absolutely crushed it. So he has pop, he can hit dingers. In terms of defensive plays, he hasn't done anything that has made me really say, wow, he stands out from Michael Young, or wow, he stands out from Ernie Banks, or wow, he stands out from a cap at short. He hasn't done anything in particular that's too special. I've had a couple of opportunities to make diving plays, but I'm not sure if it's the defense in this game. Not sure what's going on, but they don't lock on to the ball when trying to do a diving play, and usually the player gets a base hit regardless. So in terms of defense, he hasn't shown me anything special. In terms of offense, he's shown me that he's a good hitter, but he's definitely not what I would go with at 300 program stars. I would go with Billy Wagner. And to just finish it off, this is another prime example where it's a pitch that I square up, but since its PCI is so enormous, instead of me getting, let's say, a squared up, I get a good, because it's pretty hard to put the ball right in the center, especially when the PCI feedback isn't even that accurate. Sometimes it's just really hard to go ahead and center a ball up with someone that has such an enormous PCI. Now, going on to this game, we're facing a level 100 diamond. So I said he's a level 100 diamond. My work is already cut in for me, or cut out for me, I should say. We get ourselves on the board in the first inning, but the first thing I have to say is you guys clearly saw we were squaring up a bunch of pitches. That pitch with Andrew Benintendi, the first pitch of the game, I don't know how in the world that didn't leave the yard, because that one was absolutely torched, but instead it was just a deep fly ball. And now we head to the bottom of the first. And I don't know what bullpen I have, but if you ever get the opportunity to draft Tony Watson, left-handed pitcher, in Battle Royale, let me tell you this right here, right now, do not draft him. The guy has no confidence, and he doesn't really have control as well. Even if you do your best to put the analog stick into the circle, for some reason he's still gonna miss, and he's still gonna throw it down the middle. Granted, we weren't getting crushed in this game, but everything this guy was hitting was good base hits right past the infielders, and the infielders were just out of position, so he was just getting those non-stop. He didn't really crush anything. I'm not even sure if he hit a home run the entire game, but look at that. It would be just base hits like that, where it would just be past the infielder, or the infielder would have a late reaction to it. But it made perfect sense because we had some bronze fielders. And then I don't know what it was with that umpire, but he was squeezing me at home plate. I couldn't get a strike for the life of me, but it's alright. Now, playing right field for us, I believe that's Hunter Renfroe, not 100% positive. He's a bronze fielder, so maybe that's why he didn't charge up and throw the ball home in an animation where you would charge up and throw home, because it made the perfect sense. Instead, he came to a complete halt and then he threw it home. That, to me, that grinded my gears so bad, because I should have been able to shoot that guy out at home, but because of that, I wasn't able to. And then we have our boy Brett Boone finally making a play at second base. Finally, my infield comes alive and makes a play, but by then it's already too late, as we're getting absolutely demolished by this guy. And I believe this right here is his first extra base hit besides that shot to right field. So I said to myself, you know what? We're already getting demolished. I just got a monitor, so this is the first couple of games that I play on a monitor. Actually, the first 2 games I play on a monitor. So I said to myself, you know what? I might as well play it out, learn my timing, because I've been swinging way too early at pitches, and my timing is all kinds of messed up, because the response time or the input lag from a TV to a monitor, it is 100% defense. That was another pitch right there with Tucker Barnhart. Now, granted, Andrew Benintendi and Tucker Barnhart, they don't have a lot of power, so it makes sense that they wouldn't crush those gone. But those pitches, my oh my, I thought I 100% had them right in the PCI, and I 100% thought I had them all crushed. Andrew Benintendi does what he does best, which is hit fly balls, hit fly outs, and then we get ourselves another solo shot with Cal Ripken Jr. So as I said previously, he's a good hitter. You will hit home runs, but you will also line out a lot. In terms of defense, he hasn't shown me anything special that will make him stand out from the other shortstops that I've used, but in terms of hitting, he's just as good as the other shortstops. In terms of defense, he's just as good. So that's why I would say that he's not my 300 program stars pick. And I tell you all to go with Billy Wagner, the best left-handed pitcher in this game. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and red subscribe button. And I'll catch you all in the next one.